Bonjour! What comes to mind if I tell you nut butter jam sandwich? Yum! And what if I tell you it is as healthy for your body as it is tasty for your taste buds? Imagine that. Skeptical? Just stick around. You'll see. Of course, all the ingredients, as usual, are whole foods ingredients. So, hey, it's all goodness into that recipe. Ready? Let's do it together. Just before we start, let's just say a few things. Like the berries are high in antioxidant. Dates, which is a natural sweetener. Chia seeds, omega-3, lemon juice, vitamin C. Sprouted almond butter, which is high in protein, easy to digest. Sprouted buckwheat, also protein. Quinoa, also protein. Sunflower, also protein. And golden flax and zucchini, which has that structured water. We just talked about that in the previous video. And then the sea moss, of course, for the 92 of the 102 minerals. So should we go? Let's do it. So we start with making the jam because we have chia seeds in the jam. So while we're making the rest of the recipe, the chia seed will have time to soak in the jam. I have mixed fruits and they were frozen. So I took out the juice because otherwise it would have been too much juice. If they're fresh, take them as is. So 70 grams of the fruit. And my jar is a small jar. If you don't have a jar as small as this one, then double the recipe. You always need to cover the blades, right? That's very important that you cover the blades. And then we add 30 grams of dates, so we are now at 100. And then we add 10 grams of the chia seeds, 110. And then we add half a teaspoon of the lemon juice. And we add the quarter teaspoon of the sea moss. We blend. Let's see. Just checking that the dates are all broken up. And they are, so we are good. I will put the jam in a little bowl here. And it's a delicious jam, of course, so you can make more. To have more, of course. It's really, really delicious. There, we'll leave this aside. We'll use that later. Perfect. Now the next step, we take our 𝗀𝗏𝗃 and put the bowl on your scale. And I use 70 grams of the sprouted buckwheat, 22 grams of the quinoa, so 92, 16 grams of the sunflower seeds. My recipe is in French, so I'm translating in English. So 108. 10 grams of the flaxseed, 118. And we mix it to break it. Break it in small pieces. Let's see. I'll show you. So it has to be broken in small pieces, but not to a flour texture, just small pieces. Next, we do the flour part that goes into the bread. So we use our buckwheat again, and we use 46 grams of it, 22 grams again of the quinoa, so 68. It's good to do the calculation at the same time. Keeps your mind sharp. Fun thing to do with your child. And then we mix it until we get the flour texture. Not mix it, but blend it, I should say. And again, I have a small blender jar. If you don't, then double the recipe. And we pour it on top of the first step here. Oh, and I will show you. See, it's a flour. We mix it with the other ingredients, like that. Then the next thing is, I'm doing the liquid that will go now in the bread. So we do 70 grams of the water, 22 grams of the date paste, which is the date paste is, and then I had 70, so 92. Date paste is, of course, the same weight of date and water. And we have another half a teaspoon of the lemon juice. We have a quarter of the salt. And we need now is the zucchini. And we need to have, here I'm peeling because otherwise my bread will turn kind of green, right? That's why I'm peeling it. Sometimes there are zucchinis that are yellow, then you wouldn't have to. So I'm just going to put it on the side here, see what I've got. Yeah, it's 20. That's close enough. Cutting it in smaller pieces, and we blend. Excellent. We just need to blend until everything is just like liquid. So let's see. Yeah, mix it. So that mixture is pretty dry. And that helps for what we need to do next. So that's why it's like this. There we are. Now we'll just put everything here on our sheet, on our 𝗘𝗕liche sheet. And I'll just bring everything in the center so the dough holds more together. Excellent. Then another 𝗘𝗕liche sheet on top, and then we roll. We roll, go. Now I'm just pushing the edges together here, making them straight. Like that. As you can see, there is more here at the end. So with my knife here, I'm just going to spread it. But I also need some at the bottom here for the corner. So you can move it around. It's like Play-Doh. There we go. Now we'll use our rolling pin again. And here what I have, this sheet is for my bread. When I do a whole recipe of bread, for the jelly roll, I'm doing half. That's why you see that line in the center. And what I'm doing here is I'm doing it so that it fits that half. I'm going to bring it to the end here because that's my measurement. Perfect. And now we'll use this one here to finish it up. That is a spatula from Paderno. And what I like about it, it's not flimsy. So that works very well for that project here. I'll put the name in the description. And then you can look online where you can find it near you where you live, right? Okay, so same thing again. Just fold so the edges are straight. Edges are straight. There we go. There. And there. Now what we do is we take our ruler and we will find the center. So I have 10 inches, so my center is here. So cut the center this way. Same thing on the other side here. Here and here. Excellent. Now, what we'll do is, we'll put another 𝗘𝗕liche sheet on top and flip it around. Don't worry, it sticks. So what it does, because we need to move the sandwich onto a tray to dehydrate, they're now not stuck. That's why I do it this way. See? They're not stuck now. So they're easy to move around. Okay. And then we'll put the nut butter first, before the jam. And it adds just a lovely creaminess to the sandwich. Oh, it's so good, so good. And then on top we put the jam. And distribute it right from the get-go. Don't put it all in this, like in one place. Just put a little bit here and there. That will help to spread it without the nut butter going off the bread, right? Go. Add a little bit more here in the corner. And you know what you can do? It's awesome. You can add slices of bananas on top, slices of kiwis, strawberries, mangoes, pineapples. Change it up, you see? Different from one time to another. Okay, and now you take this. Don't lift it with your hand, it will break, but with the spatula it's okay. Line it up. You cannot slice through because the jam is just gonna it's gonna spill out. But you must mark the top So you take your ruler again. You can also cut it just like eyeball it, but you know, if you like, depending if at home you have some children arguing, I want this piece, it's bigger than this one. So put a little mark. So now what you do is you slice it. So you go through that first layer. But you see what I'm doing? I'm holding it. Don't press, because the jam is just going to spill out. I'm using a serrated knife because it's like a saw, right? That's why I'm using a serrated knife. Okay, then what you do, put it on a tray. So again, be careful, pick it up, put it on a tray. In your case, if it's your oven, a baking sheet, a parchment paper or wax paper, and you put it on top. And that will go in the dehydrator for 2 hours. So after 2 hours, here's what we get. It is now dehydrated, and now you can cut it. Again, be careful. It's not totally dehydrated completely yet. So you see, we cut the top one. Great. Because now all you have to do is hold on to it and slice and cut the bottom one. See? So now that you cut it, it all goes back in the dehydrator for 1 more hour. And there you are. Your bars are ready to enjoy. They keep in the fridge for a week. So it's really easy to have them always on hand. And remember that you have the recipes in the link, the description. You'll have the recipes with all the goodness about all the ingredients in that recipe. Love food that loves you back. Leave a comment, a share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.